there, I'm Dr. Shauna Dingman from Elevate Women's Health Center in Port Perry, and today I want to talk to you about my favorite strategies to beat holiday stress. It's Christmas time as I'm shooting this video, and stress is probably at one of its highest levels it will be at all year round right now. And if you're a woman, if you're a mother, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So as a chiropractor, one of the reasons that healthcare practitioners are talking about stress so much right now, and especially at this time of year, is because stress can affect your body and your emotions in just about any way you can possibly imagine. It makes us more depressed, it makes us more anxious, it makes us more fearful, it increases chronic pain, it increases organ dysfunction, digestive issues, literally just about anything you could possibly think of that could go wrong physically or emotionally can and possibly will happen at this time of year. And that's why as healthcare practitioners, it's so important for us to try and give you strategies that will help you keep your stress in check and keep the levels as low as possible. So I'm going to share with you some awesome strategies that you likely will not find on people's websites and blogs. These are kind of different out-of-the-box things, but they're things that have worked really well for me, for my family, and for my patients over the years. So, number one is called the Christmas account. One of the things that my husband Craig and I found many years ago is that financially, there's a huge financial burden around Christmas time with gifts, with parties, with, for us, office events, all of those different things. And because it all comes at such a compressed time of the year, it can be very, very stressful. You know, one of the biggest reasons that couples get divorced and that people fall into physical ailments because of stress is financial stress. So probably the single biggest way we found to remove financial stress from our Christmas is to create a separate account. So we have a different account specifically for Christmas. It's different than our checking and our savings account and all the other accounts that we have. And what we did one year was we took all of our receipts for Christmas. So every gift we bought, all the extra groceries that we had to pay for, extra childcare for babysitting so that we could go to holiday parties and things like that. Any kind of expense that we wouldn't normally have that was specifically related to Christmas, we took the receipts, we added it all up, and we divided by 52. And what I created was, starting January 1st, I created automatic payments from our household account into our Christmas account every single week. You don't have to do it weekly, you could do it monthly if you wanted, you could do it quarterly, but whatever it is, create some kind of an automatic payment so that the money just goes from your household account into your Christmas account automatically without you thinking about it. And the amazing thing about it is that come the fall, come October and November, whenever you begin buying your Christmas gifts, it is such a great feeling to see all this money already sitting there waiting for you to spend in that account. It takes away all the January stress of getting those credit card bills and then wondering, oh my goodness, how am I going to pay for all this now? When the money is already sitting there, you can just spend right out of it, or you can transfer the money onto your credit card and spend from there. So, number one strategy is the Christmas account. I love it. The second strategy, I'm just going to call it self-care. You see that term, it's a real buzzword right now at the end of 2018. People are talking tons about self-care because as women, we have what's called the burnt toast syndrome. So if you've never heard of that, it's, if you put toast in the toaster and one comes out burnt, as a mother, you will be the one to always take the burnt toast so that everybody else gets the good pieces. This is what we do. We put ourselves at the bottom. And what we're realizing is that this is not a strategy for health. It's just not. It's not good emotionally, it's not good for self-esteem, and it's not good modeling to our kids. So 2019 is the year that we as women are putting ourselves back up to the top of the list again. You cannot serve the people that you love and the people that you want to be at your best for as well as you could possibly do that if you are not taking care of yourself. And I know that you're saying, especially at this time of year, I don't have time for that. You don't not have time for this, because what happens is, if you think of it like a gas tank, your energy, your motivation, your focus, And I don't know, just your drive for everything good goes down and down and down and down until you hit a breaking point. And I think all of us knows what that breaking point feels like. When you take time for self-care, to do things that fill you up, things that are just for you, it helps to keep that gas tank full, which helps you serve others in the way that you want to. So it's actually a form of caring for others when you care for yourself. So if you feel guilty about it, and I know a lot of moms do, there's no guilt in this. Let's stop with the guilty feeling for taking care of ourselves. Is that what you would want your children to feel when they're someday parents? Probably not. So let's let go of the guilt. And if you feel like you need someone to give you permission to do things that are fun for yourself, permission granted. I'm giving it to you as a healthcare practitioner. I'm telling you, you need this for your health. And it's probably one of the single best things you can do for yourself moving forward. So make sure you block some time in your week. If you don't block it out, the world will take it from you. And write down some things that you love to do that have nothing to do with productivity or work or being a mom or being a wife or work or anything else. Have a bubble bath, watch some Netflix, read a book, go to a coffee shop, go shopping. Don't do anything with any purpose and just fill your cup. Strategy number 3 is claim your power over food. So I already know what's coming. Lots and lots of holiday parties. We love to eat in our house, and we love to eat over Christmas. We eat a lot of really bad things. And I find that it's hard for me to stop eating once I get into that cycle. And one of the biggest things that has helped me in this is to realize food is just food. It does not have power over you. You have power over food. It's not going to be the last meal. It's not going to be the last dessert. It's not going to be the last piece of chocolate or the last potato chip. And as long as you know that, it helps you to be able to put food in perspective. Food serves you. You are not a servant of food. And when you begin to really own that and to know that you have control over food, you will stop overeating over Christmas. The 4th thing is, and this is kind of related to number 3 about claiming your power over food, but make a plan and follow it. So if you're saying, well, make a plan for what? For whatever stresses you out. So if the thought of overeating stresses you out, make a plan for food. So here's one of the things I did was I looked at our calendar. We have the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. We have family meals going on. So those are not going to be good eating days for me. And the 31st is New Year's Eve. There's going to be lots of things that I don't typically eat, don't necessarily want to continue to eat. That's 4 days out of a 16-day holiday. Probably your holiday is shorter than that, but I'm just thinking with the kids off from school, we have 16 days between the day they end school and the day they go back to school. Those are all potential for disastrous eating. But the cool thing is 4 out of 16 days, that's only 25% of the time. That means 75% of the time I can eat really well. So all I need to do is just make a plan and make sure that I follow it. I can eat whatever I want in those 25% of the days that are going to be holiday eating days, and the other 75% of the time, I'm going to make sure that I eat clean and eat well. What about working out? That's another thing that I can plan for, because left to my own devices, the days will just go on. I'll miss workouts, I'll overeat, I'll be super lazy, and then I'll get to January 7th, which is the day the kids go back to school, and I'll think, oh, I can't believe I've done it again. So one of the things that I can make sure that I do is plan my workouts during those days. Plan your workouts, book a class, get a trainer, do whatever you need to do to stay accountable to your plan. If it's family relationships that stress you out, you know what? That's something else that you can at least try to make a plan for. There are some family obligations we have that you just have to follow through with. It just is. But you can at least make a plan for not getting on the defensive. I know that holiday times with family can be some of the worst fights that we have and the worst feelings of bitterness and regret. And all I can say is that if you simply plan to not be on the defensive, to let other people have their own opinions, let other people disagree with you, and it's all okay. It's not the fix, but it's something that can help. And the other thing is, you do still have the power to say no to certain family obligations. There are some family obligations you probably just shouldn't be part of, so just say no and find something else to do. The other thing that I would say is, with making the plan and the family relationships, the stress and all these things, try and remember to make sure that you maintain some perspective in this. You know, we have that hashtag first world problems, but honestly, so many of the things that stress us out, they are things that the vast majority of the world would love to have as their stress. And sometimes it's actually easier if you can sit back, kind of step outside yourself, step outside the holiday and the rush and all that, and just almost laugh at it and go, you know what, this is ridiculous. The things that we allow ourselves to stress out about, we don't have mortar fire to deal with, we don't have homes being blown up, we don't have, you know, our communities being raided by tribes and some of the atrocities that are happening in the world. So why don't we look at the things that are stressing us out, the overeating, the not working out, the gifts, the kids, all that stuff, and let's be thankful that we have these things to stress us out and not some of the other things. The last strategy I'm going to tell you, my favorite, is get a chiropractic checkup. There is a reason why it seems like everyone has a chiropractor these days. Everyone from athletes like Venus Williams and Tom Brady to celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio, Dr. Phil. I mean, they're all advocating chiropractic because it just simply makes your body work better. It helps you to be your best. And when it comes to stress, everything, all of those things can help. Anything that will help your body work better and help your brain and your body to communicate as clearly as possible is going to help to decrease the stress. I hope that this is helpful for you. I have an awesome free download if you want it. It's the Holiday Survival Guide. So I'm going to do a video next week on how to not overeat during the holidays. All the information that I talked about today and all the information that's in the how to not overeat over the holidays, it's all going to be in your Holiday Survival Guide. Print it off, magnet it to your fridge, or put it somewhere where you see it, and just have a look at it periodically, and hopefully that will help you have your best holiday yet. If you would like the free holiday guide, just go to elevatewomen'shealthcenter.ca/holiday survival, and you can get that free guide. And I will put that in the comments so you can find the link easily. Have an awesome day, and I will see you next week.